going on, Ace fans? So I have to get this off my chest, but pretty much want to talk about the Oakland A's as their season ended yesterday. They finished 81 and 81, and I think they pretty much beat every expectations by the MLB experts. Most people had this team going in last place for the most part. I don't think anyone expected them to be at 500 like the end of the season. Still, this is a very remarkable pitching staff the A's have. You could arguably say they're one of the best when it comes to top to bottom. This A's pitching staff did their job. They had like a good streak of consecutive games with 7 innings and I think less than 3 runs allowed. If you look at some of the game logs, throughout that month of August and September, there was a big showing of consistency by the A's starting pitching staff. Trevor Cahill, he did his job. No one expected him to be the pitcher he is today. He went through growing pains last year. I didn't expect him to look like a Cy Young candidate. He should be on the ballot. He shouldn't win the award, but I think he deserves to be on the ballot with what he did this year. Dallas Braden, he had the perfect game. He had a monkey off on his back early on, but the second half he really stepped it up and did his job. Brett Anderson, he just needs to be healthy, but he has a lot of special things in him. Brett Anderson, I like what I'm seeing from him. It was a blow that he was injured a lot of this year, and probably a reason why we couldn't contend. Gio Gonzalez, the other guy, another consistent pitcher who had an under 4 ERA. You can't say anymore. This A's pitching staff did their job, and they carried this team throughout the year. Bobby Kramer also kind of had an audition for next year, and even he did all right for a 30-year-old rookie. Going on to some of the other pitchers, though, Justin Duxer and Ben Sheets were out for the year. Sheets' leadership, I think, helped the starting staff really grow. If Vin Mazzaro can develop next year and have a big season, this pitching staff will be dominant for years to come, because almost everyone is under the age of 25, with the exception of Dallas Braden. Really amazing, and of course Bobby Kramer, but still, this was an amazing pitching staff that the A's had this year. We're finished in second place in the AL West. You really can't complain, because this was a rebuilding season. Did better than the Angels with a low payroll, and we're not in the cellar like the Mariners or the Pittsburgh Pirates were this year. This team actually finished at 500. The bullpen had its issues at times, especially the 7th and 8th inning. Those were the 2 innings that were rather inconsistent at times, but very rarely the A's blew a 9th inning lead. It only happened in the single digits. I don't know the exact number, but they were very consistent when leading after 8 innings this season. And a lot of that credit goes to Andrew Bailey and Craig Breslow. They were pretty good for the most part. The hitting was a little iffy. The stats won't show it, but Mark Ellis had a very good year. I really hope he returns. Always consistent at the second base fielding. And this year, with his bat, he had a very good season. 290, I think, batting average. Cliff Pennington, the fielding, a little bit iffy. Kevin Kuzminoff didn't come through a lot this season, kind of average batting. Derek Barton did all right to start. Not the greatest way to finish. Got injured. Kurt Suzuki is still learning to be clutch, and Rajay Davis provided speed. Coco Crisp provided speed for a veteran, and this outfield actually did okay. Cust was his inconsistent self, but I liked how the A's were stealing bases and manufacturing their runs. That is something that you don't get to see very often with these A's teams of the past. That's what made this team a lot different, is the aggressive base running, and that's another reason why the A's were winning games and they were able to score, was because of the stealing bases. It was a remarkable turnaround by the A's, at least to score runs and have timely hitting. They may have not had the offense like the Yankees, but at the same time, they got the job done 81 times out of 162, and you definitely can't complain. I think Bob Guerin needs to go. The sooner the better. I don't think he'll get this team to a winning record unless it's Billy Beane's guy, unfortunately, so I don't see any changes happening. The hitting staff can go. I sure wouldn't mind that. But it's been a good season by the A's. If this was Mark Ellis' last season with us, thanks for the memories. It's been a really good, at least a solid season when it comes to building for next year. I really like the pitching staff we got, because They're very consistent, and the best thing is none of you guys have really heard of them. But if you look at the starting rotation stats, the numbers don't lie. They all had an under 4 ERA. So it was, once again, a very, very good pitching season, and I can't complain. So great going by the A's. My final thoughts also is that Felix Hernandez deserves the Cy Young Award. I think that he did, despite his records, I think he deserves it because of his ERA and WHIP. He definitely carried the Mariners team in times of struggle. His pitching was the one spark for a really dismal season. So please give it to Felix Hernandez. He deserves it. Trevor Cahill should be on the ballot, but I don't think he should get the Cy Young itself. That'd be something, but I don't see it happening. Looking back at my predictions, I got pretty much the entire National League correctly. I said if the Cardinals don't win it, I said watch out for the Reds. And what do you know, the Reds actually won the division. Remarkable season for them. And I got the Braves, Giants, Phillies, got all those three in the playoffs, so got that part correct. The American League, not so much, but it's okay. I know my predictions aren't always important, but at least I got the National League right. But very good job by the A's. I really can't complain how they played the second half and how the pitching staff really emerged. Hopefully Josh Outman and Adam Rosales return next year. I really like what Rosales does on the bench, and maybe Outman will have a good comeback story, because he was doing good in 2009. Unfortunately, he couldn't make an appearance this year due to his long-term injury. So, re-sign Mark Ellis, and enjoy that pitching staff. It's been a good season, A's. We'll see y'all later, and let's hope this off-season we find some bats. Go A's.